top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today we got Ransom and Big Ghost. Heavy is the head. Be sure to check out my other Ransom review reactions if you have not already. He's very highly requested on this channel, so now I try to make sure I do the reactions ahead of time. Track number 1, Lord Stark. There's a Tony Stark's reference, Ghostface Killer reference, Big Ghost. Like a War in 300 scene. Definitely war setting. This is war influenced.
He became a king by his own hand. All hail King Ransom. Big Ghost, what up? Fuck is we doing, man?
Okay. Shout out to Big Ghost. Big Ghost on the boards.
I'm just telling my legendary sagas on the beat.
You know, it's funny to me how Big Ghost has now become like sort of a staple in hip-hop. I've been on the internet long enough to where I remember when Big Ghost was just a blog writing about rappers, you know, hating J. Cole, just doing like satire. And now he's like a full-blown producer doing projects with Griselda, with Ransom, etc. It's very, if you don't know like the history on Big Ghost, you know, take a look at that. Very interesting rise upwards. But shout out to Big Ghost.
King's journey. Word. Let me talk to you real quick, homie. Who you know better, don't make the wrong choice. I play this game without stretching, cause I destroy joints. Ran his at it again, I am fully mad with this pen like Lonzo and Mellow. This fellow's ill with a ballpoint. But then again, these niggas all moist and no.
You know, very Lonzo, LaMelo, ballpoint. Shout out to LaMelo. I got his rookie card, NBA Top Shot rookie card. You know, pretty high serial number too. But anyways, ill with the ballpoint. So they're the Ball brothers. You know, they're point guards. Ill with the ballpoint pen. Light work by Ransom. Let's rewind that just a tad.
Don't make the wrong choice. I play this game without stretching, cause I destroy joints. Ran his at it again. I am fully mad with this pen like Lonzo and LaMelo. This fellow's ill with a ballpoint. But then again, these niggas all moist and no soul. With a rich heart that spits with a poor voice. Let's find a trophy we can all hoist. You tryna flip a 9 to 5, somebody call Royce. I'm more poised than I'll ever be. This what was said to me.
You trying to flip a 9 to 5? Somebody call Royce. Royce the 5'9". Light work.
With a rich heart that spits with a poor voice. Let's find a trophy we can all hoist. You trying to flip a 9 to 5? Somebody call Royce. I'm more poised than I'll ever be. This what was said to me. Why would you want a piece of the pie when you got the recipe, nigga? When you do this aggressively, nigga. Said to be bitter, cause I've been talking excessively slicker, especially on Twitter. Run your mouth, stupid. There's no way in hell you're able to outdo this. Evoking your spirits like a devout Buddhist. Niggas spirits without shooters came from the dirt. That don't mean we have to amount to it. I'm just a mother paying. Something was missing, so I brought the painting. Your soul is vicious when your heart is tainted. I told you all that every bar's amazing. They said prove it, but that's what they told Noah before it started raining. Life is good, don't you?
Okay, so you know, I try to listen to Ransom's music a bit differently now. I've been reacting. It's just like his flow is very samey, and then he doesn't like enunciate bars differently or emphasize certain bars. It's all just kind of like a run-on sentence type deal. So I try to listen not just for the punches, because he has a punchline reference. I try to hear like the thick of what he's saying. So you know, to try to get it, because I know he's a good lyricist, but you know, sometimes things get lost in the flow. So anyway, he had a great Noah's Ark bar right there. Somebody, I think he said, people said prove it, but that's exactly what they told Noah before it started raining. And then of course Noah did the impossible, allegedly. He did the impossible, got one of every animal, put him on a boat, etc., etc.
I mean, we have to amount to it. I'm just a martyr paying. Something was missing, so I brought the painting. Your soul is vicious when your heart is tainted. I told you all that every bar's amazing. They said prove it, but that's what they told Noah before it started raining. Life is good, don't you start complaining. You close-minded, but don't want to address it. See, that's a part of changing. They brought my
You close-minded, but don't want to address it. That's a part of what?
Something was missing, so I brought the painting. Your soul is vicious when your heart is tainted. I told you all that every bar's amazing. They said prove it, but that's what they told Noah before it started raining. Life is good, don't you start complaining. You close-minded, but don't want to address it. See, that's a part of changing. My name in
Close bar.
He kept it quiet, now we got all these corners stuck to a special diet. The best suppliers got respect to buy it. Kept my son on private, hell is biased. I'm dust adorning like Selma Hayek. Should've heard what I had to tell a pilot. Me or you, let's see who propeller highest.
So I mess with that. I like the mixing on that too. You know, one of my main critiques of the Director's Cut 3 was like the mixing was just a little, it didn't feel intentional in some parts. I get it when guys intentionally mix things off kilter or, you know, low mix, lo-fi or whatever. But on some of the Director's Cut, it didn't sound intentional. It sounds like, you know, these are just circumstances of the studio, of our recording equipment. This, I have no qualms about the mixing or mastering whatsoever. I like that song. Track number 2, All the King's Men, featuring Mickey Factz and JR.
To the ghetto, king to the street corner, police swarmers. This is where life expectancy meets karma. Street sagas told by a tortured sinner who preach horror. Speak martyr, demon whisperer, labeled the beast charmer. Pete Parker swinging through broken cities that we fathered. Teach toddlers, flashy convicted.
Pete Parker, that's Spider-Man, for those who don't know.
Through broken cities that we fathered. Teach toddlers, flashy convicted felons who beat charges. Peach cobbler, food for your thought if you want your piece larger. We robbers, gunning my joggers, don't gotta reach farther. These are the rules, but they don't apply to a weak blogger. Heat sparker, flaming fillet and spray till the beef darker. Sweet talkers, drug dealing killers, known as concrete talkers. Street.
Yo, so he really into this flow right now. I like this flow he's got going, the beat barker, seat barker. He's been doing it for a cool like 6 bars already. So this is one thing that Ransom's good at. He'll find a flow, he'll find a rhyme scheme rather, and then he'll just go in.
Weak blogger, heat sparker, flaming fillet and spray till the beef darker. Sweet talkers, drug dealing killers, known as concrete talkers. Street authors, come get these vivid scriptures that we offer.
I don't want to skip that bar either. Flame the fillet until the beef darker, you know. So we're gonna make the beef worse by letting them spark. But you know, those is also meat bars. Pause, because you know, the flame the fillet till the meat's darker. You know, the flame being the fire, the flame being the heat, you know what I mean? Light work.
Sweet talkers, drug dealing killers, known as concrete talkers. Street authors, come get these vivid scriptures that we offer. We fought for justice and peace, instead we got deep torture. See sharper, aim at these targets like an elite archer. We carve your knife in my pistol, bombing like Pearl Harbor. 3 barbers, fade on the track and leaving the beat scarred up.
You know, Pearl Harbor bar right there. Obviously, Pearl Harbor got bombed December 7th. What was that, 1942? He had an archery bar. Yeah, I'm liking the references there. And he held that flow for an entire verse. It was the same rhyme scheme.
We all children of earth, and today we give you back to it. I say, amen.
Avid reader, learning through pages I've kept in trapper keepers, master thinkers, studying paintings, hanging in gallerias, strapped Adidas, Japanese sneakers. I'm flying past Korea, stamp the visa, turning down women who look like Catherine Zeta, passive drinker, premium diva, vodka and black tequila, packed arenas. Why you put niggas to sleep like anesthesia? Whack demeanor, goes to the industry. It's the rap Tsushima, that's Katrina, flooding the net. Somebody grab Serena, back and forth. What's all the racket for? I captured ether, stripes earned like the fastest cheetah, trying to catch a Z.
Serena racket.
You missing here on the list of classic features.
Okay, the alopecia bar, you know, missing hair, hair, you know, he's that kind of has a homonym type deal. I think this is Mickey Factz. It's been so long since I've listened to Mickey Factz. Yeah, Mickey Factz has been here a while. It's like 09 to 2010. He's got a project with Blue coming up, with Bull and Knots. So I'm real excited for that. Shout out to Mickey Factz.
Weaker, putting out sleepers, couldn't out rapper Peter. Facts the Reaper versus Eternal. That's word to Angelina. At my leisure, I was a prince, dating a ballerina. Had an eager, following that procedure was actually deeper. Whiz kid, don't gotta ask Khalifa. This track's a heater.
There's something holy about a body.
Shout out to Wiz Kid, Starboy. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa.
These streets ain't make you its dinner. So
That was nice. That was a nice verse by Mickey Factz. He followed that rhyme scheme too. Followed a similar rhyme scheme.
This more than a verse from scriptures. Your verses still it hurts to hear.
This is JR.
Jazz out. I'm worse than Philip Hearst's Philip. Funny how slum niggas can birth the
Y'all toss all that jazz out. I'm worse than Philip. So I'm pretty sure it's a Phil Jackson bar. As many times as he got the Utah Jazz up out of here. You know what I mean? Jazz, you know, playing off that NBA reference and jazz, you know, talking all that jazz. Shout out to Mick Jenkins.
this word to Dylan when the stakes
We're
is
using slang to describe slang.
gotta turn the grill up. They try to box me in, a nigga burnt the ceiling, earned the victims, ashes everywhere. It's like I'm burning incense, earning figures. But I'm frugal, y'all niggas work for pennies, worthless spending. I keep my ends tighter than irks and Philly words of wisdom. Looking for validation can hurt your vision. Thirst decisions hit you head on, that's the worst collision. Search the triggers. You was probably rushing like Herschel when it's first in inches. I stick to rhyming, I like them urban dishes.
You know, you was probably rushing like Herschel in his 4th and inches, you know. So shout out to Herschel Walker. He played for the damn, this is a little bit before my time. I want to say he played for the Cowboys and the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken.
Y'all worship niggas, pick your role. My shit like Nurk and Lillard. Cross me, I can leave you horizontal if we purpose.
We got a little Portland Trailblazers bar. Let me go back a little bit. I'm like Nurk and Lillard. Nurk being Nurkic, maybe?
Like them urban dishes. Y'all worship niggas, pick your role. My shit like Nurk and Lillard. Cross me, I can leave you horizontal if we perpendicular.
Nurk a role player.
My Q's and P's like Percy Miller. I don't work with niggas cause real recognizing they weren't familiar.
You get a halo and not a
Okay, so I think y'all at this point y'all can see I'm trying to listen a lot more closely so I don't miss certain bars or certain things that has being said. I like the features on that song. I think a healthy amount of features for Ransom is good. I think a shorter project for Ransom is good. I think a well-mixed project with good production is good for him, just based on the style of rapper that he is. Not too many features, but a feature here and there, just so you don't get tired of that flow, because he kind of stays in the same delivery, like I said, same flow on most tracks, but it's effective, and he's kind of found his lane with that. So in order to not get listeners fatigue, it's good to just, you know, throw a feature here and there, like a dash of salt. You don't want to do too much, just so we don't get too fatigued. Track number 3, Ransom the Destroyer. Keeping with the war reference.
To stand in Lord Ransom's way is quickly defeated. You see, it's his destiny to be king. All hail King Ransom. Yeah, it's even better when the flows are real.
These drums kind of feel like Alchemist a little bit.
Holding bills, I'm on Oprah's hills. Tell the Lord to jump in the backseat. Lucifer's about to hold the wheel. Cause when you deal with money, the roots of evil will broker deals. I'm known to kill, so I got no appeal. Plus, I've been around for.
Yeah, and that's a hard way to start the song. We're gonna go back a little bit.
You see, it is
When you're dealing with money, the roots of evil will broker the deal.
king. All hail King Ransom. Yeah, it's even better when the flows are real. Unfolding bills, I'm on Oprah's hills. Tell the Lord to jump in the backseat. Lucifer's about to hold the wheel. Cause when you deal with money, the roots of evil will broker deals.
And you know, this is why I'm listening a lot harder. That was a nice, very nice start to the verse. He said, I'm unfolding bills. I'm on Oprah's heels. Come on.
I'm known to kill, so I got no appeal. Plus, I've been around for the whispers. I know some shit that I won't reveal. A funny game, you gotta know the drill. Walter Payton, cause I'm the greatest. The truth of being how a soldier feels. I'm cold as steel, but the soul from
Walter Payton. Okay. Bears, Soldier Field. all that, you know what I mean?
That I won't reveal. A funny game, you gotta know the drill. Walter Payton, cause I'm the greatest. The truth of being how a soldier feels. I'm cold as steel, but the soul for real. So maybe I'm not too driven to shoot you up, but my chauffeur will. The flows are real and every sound blazing. I astound layman's, box me in, but my pocket's deeper than Al Heyman's. A foul vagrant with the war.
And we got a tremendous team. To call Floyd Mayweather, we got a tremendous team. Al Heyman, Leonard Ellerby, Mayweather Promotions. So Al Heyman is a big reason why Floyd Mayweather made so much over that latter part of his career. And Floyd will say this himself. Tremendous team. Al Heyman, Leonard Ellerby. Come on. Let me go back a little bit.
For real, the flows are real and every sound blazing.
HBO boxing.
Heyman's box me in, but my pocket's deeper than Al Heyman's. A foul vagrant with the war answers. Bet they all clamor for this cocaine speech. I spit with a raw grammar. Spit verses, even the Lord slanders. No more glamour. Dropping shit on this world as heavy as Thor's hammer. Yeah, never wilt under pressure. Score 100 plus in this game. I'm like Wilt under pressure. Spend 100 plus on this shame, blood spilled.
You know, so a lot of older athlete reference. We done heard Herschel Walker. We done heard Walter Payton. We heard Wilt. I mean, obviously we're going to hear Wilt because he dropped 100. No one's done that since then. So.
No Athena struggle with cane body built like Nadeska. All I'm saying is when you're everyday.
What? Why body built like what? A drug fiend. Body built like Nadeska. I'm trying to make sure this is not. Why, bro?
Spend 100 plus on this shame, blood spilled on his dresser. No Athena struggle with cane body built like Nadeska. All I'm saying is when you're everyday.
Okay, so he's basically just saying she's slim, I would imagine, because again, I don't do drugs, cocaine and all this, but I would imagine from what I've seen in movies and heard in rap songs, it makes you skinny, and Nadeska is a slim chick, so we don't take that as a shot.
Mixed with your hustle, it's a tussle, be aware cause they still might arrest you. I was known as a savage when I was average, now I live lavish in a palace with a Porsche, I'll still buy a Tesla. While I address the elephant in the room, irrelevant to a coon. Benevolence is approved, intelligence is a jewel. I still bear arms like Hulk Hogan, full smoking, they ain't factored fearing like Joe Rogan, so potent. I spit like
Joe Rogan bars, he's got a great podcast. Factor Fear. Joe Rogan was a host on Fear Factor, and I actually said this yesterday. Isn't this strange how I used to watch all those episodes of Fear Factor? Ain't it strange how Joe Rogan went from Fear Factor host to being like the most popular podcaster ever, most successful podcaster ever? Like, it's just interesting. So Joe Rogan bar, I think that's the first time I heard Joe Rogan reference in a rap song. So shout out to Ransom.
I don't pretend to relate. You don't intend to be great. I'll be attending your way. I think King Musa, he even said it. You'll regret it. Every king on the guillotine gets beheaded. Either you die from a jealous foe. My fear is getting stabbed in the back and I'll never know. With every measured blow, with every heavy swing of the swords, you can sever those traitors from your head to toes. Pay us for the bread you owe. Either you die from a jealous foe. My fear is getting stabbed in the back and I'll never know. With every measured blow, with every heavy swing of the swords, you can sever those traitors from their head to toes. Pay us for the bread you owe.
Alright, so I think that was the best song so far. That was hard. A lot of bars right there. Track number 4, The Red Wedding, featuring RJ Payne.
These motherfuckers stay.
So you watch this channel, you know I'm not the biggest RJ Payne fan. I'm not fan delivery.
Any temperature, pun is still alive, now you witnessing Skinny Christopher. Penicillin flow through my pen. I wrote plenty literature. These fucking rappers come to an end if I send a signature.
Not the biggest RJ Payne fan. His flow and his delivery is just a little bit over exaggerated for me. I know plenty of people who like that though, who like his bars, who think he's great. Not my cup of tea, personally. So.
Pen is sharper, authentic author. My image darker, Mike disciple. The sniper rifle will strip a blemish off you. You know my sentiments. Every sentence a pencil scorcher. Mental torture. Catch me in Central Georgia. The Benz or Porsche. Immaculately wrapped. My strategy intact. The savagery. Shotty come with 2 batteries in the back. Don't battle me. Warning niggas that adamantly I snap. 2 titties on 1 drum. My accuracy unmatched, nigga. Infinite potential. Rip this instrumental, Mr. Temperamental. This shit's essential, no pens or pencils. Been suspenseful with the way that we writing. We influential, bend your mental. You don't say what you meant, I'm a dental pussy. Rapidly dropping, rappers be watching happily, nasty and rotten. I'm Jackie Robinson going bad. Been drastically plotting, these niggas have to just drop an addy. We actually popping up, and this ratchet can stop a caddy, nigga. Venom level high, been on level 5. This chopper do demolition, should've been the metal ride. I'm the devil in your god, the alpha and the omega. Bitch, I've been catch a body, start calculating the labor. It's bang,
For the RJ Payne fans, there you go.
Yeah, I'm like a Spartan from 300. We usually came out at night and purged when.
And didn't I say that in the beginning of this project? The intro sounded like a scene from War in 300. So real big ups to Big Ghost, because he really setting his war type vibe with these beats. And Ransom is staying on topic with the war concept. And me even just hearing the first few seconds of the first song, I got the war, I got a 300 type vibe. So this is when production meets lyrical content. Effective.
No regrets when the deceased plummet. You don't address the wounds of the past and you'll still continue to bleed from it.
Facts.
Yeah, I just need some relief from it. My speech punish niggas who speak rugged with weak stomachs. Kill a rapper that's rated high on the list of each pundit. Keys of coke spinning the block with shooters is redundant. A boss is flexing when he says he's balls. Petty laws, heavy talks. Blow out your mama's speakers and shred your own address.
Alright, he said what's redundant?
To the past and you'll still continue to bleed from it. Yeah, I just need some relief from it. My speech punish niggas who speak rugged with weak stomachs. Kill a rapper that's rated high on the list of each pundit. Keys of coke spinning the block with shooters is redundant. A boss is flexing when he says he's balls. Petty laws, heavy talks. Blow out your mama's speakers and shred your orbs. Your pleasure's dark, you don't treasure arts. Measures off, sleeping on your wings, you gon' wake up mourning a deadly loss. I'm very harsh, but I speak with purpose. Was lying beneath the surface, trying, you'll find some diamonds in.
I just want to make sure I'm not missing.
Arts measures off, sleeping on your wings, you gon' wake up mourning a deadly loss. I'm very harsh, but I speak with purpose. Was lying beneath the surface, trying, you'll find some diamonds in recent verses. Release the curses I received in church.
Trying to find the diamonds.
Been worship, but I'm dark as the suits and shades on the Secret Service. Your meatless burgers getting beaten, murdered. When they reach the verdict, we deserve it. You come with problems, you leave in hearses. I'm a machine, you gotta feed the circuits. Get people nervous. Matthew 13:11. Eve when she sees the serpent. It's evil lurking in the hearts of many. The scars are plenty. Hope you know all your partners envy you. Parker Bentley, mansion in the foyer. Handguns to your lawyer. Plans are to avoid you. Ransom the Destroyer.
Okay, Red Wedding. You know, not my favorite so far, but he has some bars there. Track number 5, King's Intermission. So it's a little somber piano. Blue in Exile, you know what I mean?
Our father was the king of kings. This world is different because of his reign. His loyal subjects, children, and friends never wanted his reign.
Keeping the concept, keeping the topic.
For he was their mentor, trusted leader, and friend. He ruled his land with a steady hand, touching the lives of every woman and man. Our father was the king of kings.
Okay. Track number 6, Tyranny. So I'm expecting something heavy. You talk about tyranny, I'm expecting something heavy.
Yeah.
Authoritarianism.
It's that butter. That pure white. This ain't that cookie cutter shit them niggas got over there. Nah. This that soul for the heart. That shit mama be talking about. Listen. Success, that's how you punish them. These people sleeping on you, just fluff the pillows to comfort them. My brother always told me, they give you shade, throw the sun at them. The best thing you could do for poor people is not be one of them. So I ain't gonna be one of them. These same motherfuckers niggas that's trying to humble.
Shade, sun, bar, and you know that's true. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them. You know they say, in order to help others, you got to help yourself first. So how you gonna help the poor? How you gonna help the needy when you also poor and needy? I mean, there are ways. There are plenty of people who do it, but you know, it's much more comfortable to do it when you also have money.
It wasn't around for the stomach rumblings. I come in peace, but can't guarantee you won't leave in pieces. Be discreet with those civilians who tend to believe in secrets. See, the streets is not for the game, so leave the bleachers. We the reapers, and the lead pools of blood by the feet of preachers. I don't glorify it. I keep it real. I think you ought to try it. You look the part, and so they sort of buy it. I don't feel a need to record with liars. I'm awfully biased. I'm for all survivors. Have your jaw with wires if you thought to try us.
You look the part, so they kind of believe you, you know, and that's some people's motto is fake it till you make it. You look the part, I guess.
Imperative that you know this game. It's incredulous how I show the pain. And the effort to just control the flames. I was supposed to change like Clark Kent into a Superman, but still I'm stuck in the lowest lane. That's why my soul is as cold as rain, but still I'm steady as a soldier's aim. I spill spaghetti when I blow your brain. Is you ready for this poker game? Don't let my aces come and fold your frame. Deshaun Watson with this foreplay, or bring the text in because most of you bitches rub me the wrong way. Matter of fact, I'ma let this.
Deshaun Watson with foreplay. I think I'm gonna leave that bar alone. Don't even try to break that down, cause I'm like Deshaun Watson. Like then I thought about his recent, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He ain't gonna even go there.
Come and fold your frame. Deshaun Watson with this foreplay, or bring the text in because most of you bitches rub me the wrong way. Matter of fact, I'ma let the song play. Recite the bars like my life was scarred. I gambled and had to fight the odds. And despite of having a long day, I'm fighting hard. Cause the darkest night gonna always produce the brightest stars. What's the price of heart if you sold the weight? Just control your fate. Know you great. My bars are written to motivate. Stop letting snake niggas show they face like they know they safe. Hold your place. Can't count the tears at a soldier's wake. Respect is something we can't negotiate. Niggas is cold-blooded. He ain't mean to do it. Same thing that he told the judges. Them niggas don't love us. Most niggas cold-blooded. Stab you in your back for your budget. Them niggas cold-blooded. These niggas cold-blooded. He ain't mean to do it. Same thing that he told the judges. Pure white.
I just want to hear these first few bars again. I feel like I didn't catch
This ain't
them.
that cookie cutter shit them niggas got over there. No.
We're at the beginning.
This that soul for the heart.
I just want to hear like the first 4 to 6.
What you talking about? Listen, success, that's how you punish them. These people sleeping on you, just fluff the pillows to comfort them. My brother always told me, they give you shade, throw the sun at them. The best thing you could do for poor people is not be one of them. So I ain't gonna be one of them. These same.
Okay, yeah, I mess with that one too. And I like kind of beat, you know, if you watch this channel, you know I like the slower beats, the more smooth beats. This is really kind of the first smooth beat. The rest have been like the heavier stuff, keeping with the war reference. Tyranny and Ransom the Destroyer. Those is my favorite so far. We on track number 7, Blackwater, featuring Rome Streets. So another one that's very highly requested on this channel, Rome Streets. Shout out to Rome Streets. Little electric guitar.
I've been the realest nigga since day one. I'm A1 since I was 12, hitting licks with a fake gun. They made fun. I broke out the chains while watching you slaves run. It hurts being a slave, but it's worse you willing to stay one. We made crumbs, living a life of anguish. This type of dangerous. We're knife and bangers, that's my type of language. If I shoot you, then I might be brainless. But if you shoot me, well,
might be famous.
Hits on your family, and then your wife is brainless.
Yeah, so he flipped the Jay-Z bar. If I shoot you, I'm brainless, but if you shoot me, then you famous.
Off. Niggas ain't the cloth that I came across. I stop you dead in your tracks and blow out your train of thoughts. You ain't a boss, you still afraid of loss. Pay the cost, the winner.
Track, train, you know, track, train. Yeah, no.
Shouldn't lose, turn around and think it's the haters' fault. I stashed a half an M in the safest vault for a later soul. Bodies in the freezer, I'll leave you before you face the frost. Too late to floss if you blow the budget, cold and rugged. Hard for you to catch you a break, you too busy holding grudges. The game, we was dominating. Now they want us to accommodate them. Assalamu alaikum, Nas mama praying, gotta slay him. Celebrate his life, yeah we holiday him, not for playing. We put in that work, what's your occupation? They changed the game, we was dominating. Now they want us to accommodate them. Assalamu alaikum, now his mama praying.
Rome Streets next.
Celebrate his life, yeah we holiday him, not for playing. We put in that work, what's your occupation?
Street pharmacist, I got narcotic combinations for the patient. In my palm is where they place the paper payment. Fakes trying to duplicate the cadence, but what I do is greatness. Brutal what I drew on the loosely pages. You do just doodle and don't do nothing creative. Every verse you heard from me, the beat I cremated. The third lick that I hit, the grip was a 380. Had 4 bullets in the clip in a week safety. Got low for a week, then I'm back on the streets gravy. Do what I gotta do to eat and pay me. Cold-hearted, I show you the heat in HD like Michael Mann. Plenty nights I got my pockets right off a trifle scan. Understand the money don't always go to the rightful hands. Sometimes it goes to who's holding the rifle at your vital glands. The title stands right on my main piece with a couple heads. Bloody chains, crushed microphones in a ton of trash.
Okay, that was Blackwater. Hook was alright, you know what I mean? I do appreciate the effort out of Hook. I've heard some Ransom songs where it's just no hook at all, you know what I mean? So, you know, I do appreciate, you know, he's trying hooks on here. I mean, this isn't the first time he's tried hooks, but, you know. Hook was alright, you know what I mean? What do you feel about Rome Streets? Track number 8, Off With His Head. So it's the Guillotine, featuring Luke from Paradise, Vinnie Paz, and Ill Bill. Slow march. That's what this beat feel like. Slow march. You know, the coup.
It's no escaping when I cause disaster. Lord and master, force a rapture. I'll assault the rapper, just a heartless slacker. I carve and stab you in your soft cadaver. Boston crab you, toss and drag you. Ransom's the rapping version of Marvin Hagler.
Boston crab you. Cadaver, you know that means dead body. Boston crab you. Walls of Jericho type deal.
Balls I plaster maybe causing asthma. What's all the laughter? I shoot him his mama morning the morning after my dramas with all the actors. Y'all don't deserve me, I'm an orphan bastard. Y'all know my jersey hanging on the rafters. I'm off to practice like I'm Allen. I don't got an alibi. You had to die, now it's no more drama like Mary Blige. I strategize, cross my T's and then I black my eyes. So when the shrapnel flies, it'll cross your T when you bat your eyes. Don't ask.
You know, he said shrapnel. That's only the second time I've heard. You know, like I like pointing out when ill vocabulary is thrown in rap songs. I haven't heard a rapper mention shrapnel since Elzai on the song Overthinking off Jericho Jackson, which I did CD of the Week on review. So check that out if you haven't already. What'd he say? What Elzai say? It coulda blew me up and had my haters ducking shrapnel. So shrapnel is like metal pieces, metal debris, you know what I mean?
I strategize, cross my T's and then I black my eyes. So when the shrapnel flies, it'll cross your T when you bat your eyes. Don't act surprised, send your dogs and I'ma euthanize.
Cross your T, black eyes.
Beside him, he'll hang himself with a boot inside him. A size 12 exactly. You felt to ask me if you play them stupid games, you'll be guaranteed to win stupid prizes.
Yeah, and man, these losers line, we can run it back to lose again.
Is this Lou from Paradise?
I've been in the Cooper climbing, laughing at what you been signing. Illa flow, my shit been killing goats like I'm the chupacabra. Fucking girls looking forward to when I do a signing. Making dreams come true like Make-A-Wish Foundation, you just dying. I take it too far like foreign Uber drivers. Statting on my back, man, that I carry like I knew Mariah. Rand told me keep it 16 spin. That's cause you know that
you got punches?
And I go 16 minutes. And I'm the leader of the pack, I just mislead bitches. Doing 50 and roll a spliff up on a fresh speed ticket. And like my BB hitting like a fucking medallion. I put a rapper in my trunk and I ain't bumping his album. Been wildin', I got him hot cause the kid got fans. And
I put a rapper in my trunk and I ain't bumping his album. Cadaver.
Had a meme on fucking TikTok dance, bitch.
It's not paranoia, parts of suspicion. I'm about you. Ibrahim told his son about a vision.
Vinnie Paz.
Made peaceful for law with it's no contrition. How you call yourself a provider with no provision? Diamond and graphite came from the same carbon. My shooter stayed popping them rockets like James Harden. I saw ops, they was talking a strange jargon. Who really held the Remington rifle that slain Martin? We makes a lot as part of the reconstruction. Suckers are rag, wiser than the horses of instruction. My eyes wild, pardon the interruption. Scallop with a tangerine, gas creek reduction. That's the jungle there, homie, that's a hazardous zone. How the fuck you call the law when you don't have you a phone? Even when you fucking with a guinea, these motherfuckers hard.
Vinnie.
Chitty, bang, bang. When the boy, you take your shitty.
Yo, Bill.
Time vicinity to Baghdad. You my son, look
I sound like Redman.
Dad. Built you up to break the pieces like a hang tag. Or like when the orangutans attack at their faces open. Back the feathers with laser scopes. Paid a full every beat over. My shooter run up in your grip.
Heading for Airbnb record.
He look Palestinian, you butt. He from Guatemala. Bench place in the pot. The stakes is high as fuck. Get your face shot the fuck off. After they tie you.
Interesting flow.
Shooting loot box, $1 billion ransom plus $1 billion bills to cope. Beyond this, beyond caress. Worship the ancient gods of death. Azusa in the projects, got my demons possessed. Make the sky rain red to be dancing the blood. Like what happened to when he got stabbed in the club.
You know, the Jay-Z incident lands on Rivera. Interesting flow there by Ill Bill. I don't listen to too much Vinnie Paz, Ill Bill, or Lou from Paradise. Ill Bill kind of has like a, I want to say like Keith and Murray, like on The Most Beautifulest Thing in the World. I'm into logical, a little Redman. He's got his own style, so shout out to him. Track number 9, King's Landing. Some harp. Harp on the beat.
There is much to be said about a gracious king. Even more to be said about a tyrannical one. Be very, very wary with how you inflict your power on others.
True.
As it could be fatal. And so it should be told. All hail King Ransom.
Okay. And track 10, the outro, A King's Ransom.
We can always turn to our mighty king. He ruled the home, mind, and streets. Never ever would he accept defeat.
The concept is going well.
Lost his souls under his wing, embracing all with the strength of a king. Those who knew him knew he was no fool, for he lived life by his own rules.
Now they read my name like some kind of myth, cause I'm cruel as a Julius Caesar and rule with an iron fist. You trying this? Every jester gets sent to the lion's pit, cause I am sick. I went to war with a dragon that fire spit. Am I this shit? Apparently, peasant, bow to your knees. How do you plead? Get found guilty, I disembowel with your seed. How would you grieve if I rape your wife and vow that you bleed? It's off with your head, then stake it for all you cowards to see. A king's ransom is paid to whoever brings me a traitor. I build a kingdom on the backs of all of you.
You know, folks really did that. You look up the story of Tupac Amaru. This is probably who Tupac was named after. I'm not sure if he was like a royal king or anything, but he was definitely anti-establishment. I think he was a king or a prince. But yeah, long story short, yeah, they put his head on a stake for everyone to see. Look up the story of Tupac Amaru. They did him dirty. And when you talk about do this to your wife, like they killed his wife in front of him. Like they lined up, when they caught the dude, Tupac Amaru, they lined him up. Like hung like his closest people, his wife, I want to say one of his parents and or one of his siblings, before doing it to him. Tried to kill dude by like disengaging his limbs from his body with horses. Didn't work. So dude is in writhing pain. Like he tried to get disassembled, it didn't work all the way. So like everything's probably broken, but he's still alive. Ended up killing him, put his head on a stake back at his village for all the village people to see, burned all the village people's crops, and then threw salt over it to make sure like, okay, now your whole village is, we're not just gonna go and kill them like immediately. We're gonna allow them to starve to death. We're gonna put salt on all the crops so they can't grow anything. And oh yeah, we're gonna hang your head on the stake for everyone to see as they starve to death. Look up the story of Tupac Amaru. Did him dirty. So it kind of sounds like the things Ransom was describing, it kind of sounds like he kind of read the story before making this verse.
Ransom is paid to whoever brings me a traitor. I built a kingdom on the backs of all of you niggas' labor. Killed the saber tooth with just my blade and boots. I'm the savior, getting fed a plate of fruit. You hate the truth. I betrayed you, I'm a tyrant. You would know if you tried to battle him, unravel him. When his cold steel pistol is after them, and keep stabbing them with a sword long as a javelin. It's so embarrassing, I'm a ruler with no comparisons. It's about time that I feast and play with my wenches. I throw him off the bed when it's time to lay with my empress. I got a fleet of soldiers who's told to stay by the entrance. Got a king's hand advisor, a wizard, and my apprentice. Kinda senseless. I know that they plotting to kill me, shit is foul, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. Fast forward, I'm on the ground. My son, the heir to the throne, holding me down. He gon' regret it, cause every king is mad.
Okay.
Tragedy struck when we least expected.
Let's see if they follow that story.
Never know how our world was affected. King of kings to the day he died. And when he left, his subjects cried.
Okay, so that was Heavy is the Head by Ransom. Big Ghost on the boards. So this is one of Ransom's better projects. This is one of the better ones that I've heard. I even like this a little bit more than the 7 Deadly Sins. I feel like Ransom held the theme and concept a lot better here. Obviously aided by Big Ghost. The production matched the topics and the theme well. It was great chemistry between the lyrical content, the theme of what's going on, as well as the production. So I definitely get war type vibes from some of the beats, especially early on some or on Off With His Head specifically. I felt like a marching type vibe, which, you know, when you watch the War and the King movies, before they go to the guillotine, like they march you up there, they march the people up there. Everything, so it matched the title and even the topic of the song, and even here on the outro, very sticking to the theme. You know, he's talking about, he's laying with his he throws off his side pieces when his empress is here. He's talking about, for me, he was painting a picture of Tupac Amaru on that last song. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's what I got from it. But he's talking about being a king and being royalty, but throughout this entire project he's talking about the flip side that you don't often hear, the part that makes the crown heavy, the bad parts, you know, the parts that give the king stress. So he really kept with the theme very well, surprisingly well, because I haven't heard Ransom do that this effectively. He did it well on 7 Deadly Sins. He kept that, well, the project is called 7, based around his, you know, Deadly Sins, but it wasn't all the way wrapped. The concept wasn't all the way wrapped tightly. This one is very well wrapped tightly, very thematic, from the production to the intermissions, the speaking cameos. It's a very effective project, and it's 26 minutes, but it definitely felt a little longer than that, probably because I kept rewinding parts to catch bars. I feel like the features were, they were effective. I mean, I could have went without, you know, the Vinnie pads, as well as the RJ Payne and the Ill Bill, but I mean, for people who like this type of rap and who are deep into this like super underground East Coast, I'm sure they like those features. The features weren't overbearing. It wasn't like I felt like I needed more Ransom bars. I feel like we got enough Ransom on here, and the features provided some nice breaks. So I feel like everything, all the critiques that I had of Ransom's past projects being Director's Cut 3 and 7, I feel like he addressed here, and he did this well. I think this is the best project I've heard from him. I haven't heard all of his projects. The ones I have heard are on the channel, so check those out if you haven't already. Check out those reviews. But this is the best one, and I think he has some chemistry here for sure with Big Ghost. And shout out to Big Ghost. Like I said, I've been on the internet long enough to remember when Big Ghost was just a blog trolling rappers and trolling J. Cole. And now he's a producer, and he put together a very well produced project with some very good chemistry with Ransom here. So yeah, if I had to rate this project on a first listen, which y'all know I don't like doing, but I know y'all like the number system, and it gives you a good gauge for how I feel about the project, I give this 4 stars. It's excellent. It's great. It's better than his last project even, which I also rated highly. He just did everything a little better here. And there's no issue with mixing or the engineering, the audio engineering of this project. There are like 0 issues with that here. Whereas on past projects, I might have had a bone to pick with 1 or 2 songs regarding mixing. I can't do that here. Very dope project by Ransom. He's doing a great job, so shout out to Ransom. And be sure to subscribe if you have not already. This is top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.